So what's up, everybody, man? So I had a Cash App request to asking me to talk about this Raza situation, and I'm gonna give my take on this whole Raja situation. So let me start it from the beginning, right? Um, Rampage son Raja Jackson decided basically he beat the living crap out of this guy. He nearly killed the guy in the ring, and mind you, he was trained by his dad from when he was young, right? So he has advanced amount of MMA knowledge and everything else, right? So he messes up, and mind you, Johnny Somalia was going to multiple countries, and basically he was able to go free until he went to a country that was that prosecuted him, right? A lot of the live streamers are pushing it to the point where they are doing things to get other people hurt and pretty much themselves. So let's talk about this whole Roger situation again. Um, you got a whole bunch of grifters who throwing their opinion out, and they're doing it for uh basically viewership, right? Because on their channels, these are channels that don't really talk about news. These are channels who don't talk about any kind of incidents. And I'm going to show you exactly how most of these people are grifting, because they don't have a consistency to talk about things like this. But they're saying this because they want to feel morally superior and feel like they're a part of something to go against one kid, right? Mind you, this is the same situation that happened with Quantum TV, and I'm gonna show you the comparisons to some of these people, because it's not what they say now, it's what they say after the situation is done. It is never about what they say now, it's always about what they say after all this is done. When they don't get their way, when it don't work out for them, do they move on, or do they consist to try to prosecute Roger Jackson if he isn't prosecuted, right? Now let's go.
If I'm getting some of this wrong, y'all, he went in and hit Raja Jackson on the head with a can. Again, doing these over-the-top antics that wrestlers do. Hey, I see that's
Now, someone gave a good point. Do you think that anybody would have walked up to Mike Tyson in his prime and did any type of gag against Mike Tyson without him knowing that it was part of the wrestling, and they would have got their ass whipped? He would have beat the shit out of Stone Cold. He would have beat the crap out of half of the guys in the back, and he probably would have not even went to jail. Because mind you, a situation with, let's see, Mike Tyson almost did 20 years he went to jail multiple times. So there was a situation of him raping a 18-year-old girl at a hotel. So basically what everybody thought he was going to get was 60 years. And he had a good lawyer, a great lawyer, and they wanted to throw 20 years at him. His lawyer got him off, and he only did, he was supposed to do 6 years. He ended up doing 2 years and coming out of jail. How people forget that you don't take liberties with people when they're not aware that you're doing this to them. What we have in our society is that people think they can designate a person to be clowned on, and that person has to always walk away. Can you imagine every time you walk into a room, people think that you're the one that they should joke on and clown on? even if you're not doing nothing to nobody. And every time you walk around, somebody has some smart shit to say. But the same people online who getting mad at Raja for getting mad at a guy who didn't know him, who didn't really do anything. Most people don't have a skill set. The skill set to predict situations. When you're dealing with people, there's going to be different response to what you might do to a person and say to a person. This is why you don't say shit. This is why you don't throw shit on people. This is why you don't do that. The first mistake of this dude was coming up to a guy that you don't know what was going on with him in the first place and say he was part of a bit. It also on the mishap of the guy who brought him there, because, well, there's a lot of people who ain't talking about the Stu, the dude that got his ass whipped or almost beat to death, that why nobody helped him. Even the dude that everybody said he was hero, he's a hero, right? He even admitted that nobody in the ring wanted to help this guy. So why would they let him beat half to death and he's such a good guy? No, somebody's hiding something from the world that they don't want people to see Stu. Now, mind you, I'm going to go down that rabbit hole after I break all of it down, right? This is one example. They wanted to put Mike Tyson in jail for 60 years, but he's high profile. So they put him in there, told him to chill, and then gave him 2 years, and he got out. And Now, mind you, let's get into Nick Hogan. Now, Nick Hogan he caused the paralyzation of his friend in the car by driving and speeding, right? His dad is Hulk Hogan. Now, can you guess how many years he did in prison? He didn't spend that long. He spent months. Well, let me see. He, after 16 days, 4 and 11 months. Okay, he was charged. Blah, 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 blah. Blah, 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 blah. Okay. So he was in jail for pretty much 8 months for pretty much almost killing a person. And then he spent, a year on probation, from what I see. So, yeah. Let's go. Let's continue.
What was that? What was that?
You don't sell it?
No, he's not a bro. Now, even though they're acting real tough and they're antagonizing each other, from what I was told and understand, they understood that this all was part of the...
No. And this is why I say that misinformation is there. Raja didn't know that this was part of the show. This is why you don't bring... Steven Richards made a good point that a lot of people don't talk about. You have to vet people who you bring into professional wrestling. You shouldn't even bring any MMA, boxers, anyone there that can really hurt anybody in that ring. Because they're going to throw real punches and they're trained for this. No matter how big you think you are. And he was massive compared to Raja. Raja is... And this is this whole bullshit of people talking about size difference. Oh, he's old. Everybody who talks shit in the comments will get their ass whipped by Raja Jackson. The guy who came in the ring, this guy right here, He wanted to fight Rampage Jackson, talking about we could fight for charity. He even admit, oh, I'm gonna get my ass. I'm gonna get my ass kicked. No, you're gonna get knocked the fuck out. Imagine talking about somebody's son and think that you're gonna last in the ring with Rampage Jackson. Even the age Rampage Jackson is gonna whip your ass. Even the age Chuck Liddell, even though it was embarrassing for Chuck Liddell to come when he was older. Come on, Randy Couture was fighting in the ring. Randy Couture was fighting when he was 50-something years old in the ring. He was fighting in the ring. That's insane, right? So,
of the act, and they and Roger Jackson was even cool with it. You know, he was kind of like, all right, you know.
No, he didn't. He wasn't cool with it, because this is why I say that it's all obscure shit, and nobody is consistent with what they're saying because he didn't know anything. So let's see this channel right here. Now, they talked about it 2 times and 3 times. Let's see, is this consistent with talking about news and criminal news in recent years on this channel? All it is a movie channel and some news, but it's not about criminal behavior, right? So let's go.
And I'll be transparent. I like Raja, and obviously I adore Rampage. Me and Rampage have a great relationship. I love Rampage. And it's just by nature, my initial thought was when I heard about this, and I spoke with Rampage, when I heard about this, I went, all right, how can I defend Raja? I look at all the videos. I watched the full live stream and all that. I got nothing. Oh, I can't.
And it's the whole point. No one could defend Raja. But the whole point of basically saying that he's a monster, he need to be in jail for 20 years, all this fucking ruckus bullshit, he did it to one person. One guy who literally should have basically, and I think that people need to start understanding that you can't go up to random people and talk shit. Most people around the world got killed for less. People got their ass beat just like this dude for less, for just some words in other countries. They take their disrespect stuff really seriously in some countries. So I gotta ask this question, like, it's becoming a little bit weird to see everybody pile up on him for one mistake. Mind you, all this to go away is Rampage pay a lot of money to this guy, set him up a little bit for majority of his life, and then this guy will come out the quote unquote hero, and then be told by a legal team that, hey, you no longer could say nothing about it. Tell everybody to shut the hell up about it. You got your money, heal up, get your new teeth, repair your body with the money you got, and enjoy your life. You just got a big paycheck by the shit that you caused. Because let's be real, nobody would have came up to Mike Tyson in the back and threw a beer at him and said, "Hey, sell it. It's a bit." No, they called them. You call them and say, "Hey, this gonna happen to you. 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 You do this. You do that. You do that. You understand? Okay, and get paid. That's it."
You can't defend this. I see this. It's so sad. Because he was just getting started, and that all goes away if this veteran pro wrestler decides to press charges. If that pro wrestler goes, this was a bit or this was a work, and he just thought that's how it works, I'm not pressing charges, Raja's still going to take a lot of heat online, but you're not doing jail time. Then we can figure it out. But if that dude wakes up and
Now, the guy that's going to put him in jail, he's going to be a provider. He's going to be a provider, because the fact is, people are going to look at him and look at Raja, and Raja could be a more successful person than than the veteran dude. I don't care what anybody say online. Y'all didn't know who the fucking veteran dude was. Everybody knows who Rampage Jackson is. By that metric, pretty much his son was going to be fast tracked to, if he was good at MMA, he would have been, in a way, on the fast track of being Rampage's son. Just like how, what's his name? What's that dude's name? Bronny James is... Bronny James is basically going off of being LeBron James' son, right? His dad could get him into Pride. That's another solution to deal with this. If Raja has to lay low, all he has to do is go to Japan like his dad did. His dad did majority of his MMA career in Pride before he went to the UFC. So you see this right here, that he's going to jail. And everybody is deciding that he should go to jail, 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 go to jail. And they're constantly saying all this crazy shit about Rampage, telling him he failed his son. Now, mind you, none of these guys, except the MMA dudes, can ever step in the ring with Rampage Jackson. None of them. Rampage himself has the history of knockout guys in the UFC. He's tied with a bunch of people that they knocked out a whole bunch of people. In the UFC, it's hard to knock out somebody because, they're trained and usually don't get a real knockout, right? So you're talking shit about him being a bad father, but at the same time, he has a kid who's in basketball or football who's black, who's the oldest. Y'all not talking about him. And he has 2 other kids who's half Japanese. Then he has another kid that he had with a Latina. So he has 5 kids. So we're going based off one bad kid. So tell me, y'all going to say that Norman Reedus is a bad father because his son is going around beating women up? Huh? Is we going to do that? Because his son is out here assaulting women, threatening them. But y'all not talking about that, right? Isn't it funny that all of this stuff is about Raja, but it's not nothing about Norman Reedus' kids? I don't see anybody talking about Norman Reedus' son. Remember, I think he has a son and 2 daughters. So we're going to call Norman Reedus a bad father as well? So we have all this situation, right? You got Quartering, the racist dude. And, he's a grifter. He's, let's see what he says.
Wealth, did something absolutely terrible on camera.
See, he don't even know what he's talking about. He says, cops refuse to arrest Monster and now threatens issues to the victim by UFC star and WWE Hall of Famer. Rampage Jackson never been in WWE. He only been in TNA. Let's see what
there
he
is
says.
This video saying, well, it's up to Sicko Stu, the guy that had his pummeled in. He 12 minutes to okay, but he's still a fan if he pressed charges on this guy. I am legitimately asking.
So all these people are trying to stand up for the Stu guy. But I also want to see if he does go to jail, Stu's going to have to make billions of dollars. He's going to have to make millions of dollars. He's going to have to be the best wrestler in the world in order to take the legacy that he took. Mind you, he started this shit. Mind you, he touched a guy that he shouldn't have did with. And Rampage Jackson's son, Raja, has some responsibility for it, but I don't think he should go to jail. Because you don't bring people in. Like I said again and again, no one would have done this disrespect to Mike Tyson. Nobody should. Mike Tyson, no one dare would have went up to Mike Tyson, smashed some fucking gimmick shit over his head and talking about, hey man, you gonna sell it? You gonna sell it? Nobody was fool enough to do it. This guy didn't know who the fuck his son was, because if he did, this would have never happened. Everybody would have been like, okay, we got over it. You don't walk up to a person that isn't a part of a show and then try to make him a part of the show in the audience. You have to go over with it. It's like me walking into a party and somebody throw a fucking pie in my face and you want me to be happy and shake your hand and my shit is soaked and you embarrass me. No, you're paying up money or something really gonna happen bad, because you should have never chose me to throw a pie in my face. But hey, the quartering right here is a racist ass dude. I mean, he's pretty much done, right? So now everybody, and then Raja's promotion. Raja doesn't have a promotion. So we got all this situation here and send him to jail. So even he said it, no one stepped in. So what did this Stu do to make everybody mad? Because in old school wrestling, I remember in old school wrestling, the old school stories, there was somebody who got killed in the backstage and everybody set that shit up because he was doing shit and he was taking liberties with other people, and they allowed him to get stabbed up, and everybody was in that locker room and didn't stop him. And then the dude walked out and the dude died. There's a couple wrestlers that people set up to let die because the dude was bullshitting. So tell me, why is if Stu's so loved, no one stepped in? So he must have did something and everybody's covering for him. This ain't the first time that people cover for people. So this is a big thing. So you have to, I'm probably gonna make a part 2 of this, but this part 1 is gonna be just a quick shoot. You gotta look at these people who making these videos, right? When Stu was healed, if Stu take the money, which is the smart idea of him to take the money, because, well, public opinion is not going to support the Stu guy because everybody going to forget. I remember a few years ago when Fresh and Fit had a Brazilian girl who had a deep voice, and everybody went against Fresh and Fit for making fun of the girl's voice. I think DJ Academics, and then everybody act like they was going to support her. 6 months later, nobody support her. So, a certain case scenario, Rampage Jackson's son goes to jail. This veteran gets out. Do you really think that this veteran is going to be a big star? No, he's just going to be some Joe Smo that basically put a legend's son in jail because of his own negligence. Because, mind you, a lawyer is going to eat that up. Any big lawyer. If O.J. Simpson can get off, if Mike Tyson can get off from being told that he's going to go to jail for 60 years and then reduced to 20, then reduced to 6, and then he got out in 2, guess what? Rampage is going to hire the best lawyer he can. So it's a better chance for this Stu guy to take the money, shut the hell up, and let these clowns on the internet get sulked, right? Now, mind you, there's people out here, racist people, that are threatening Rampage Jackson. The only thing you guys gonna do is probably with a gun. You're not gonna go up to him and try to fight him. Everybody know for a fact you're not gonna walk up to Rampage Jackson and try to fight Rampage. Most of you are keyboard warriors and you're not fighters. Even the people who said that, even this Ponytail dude knew he was going to get his ass whipped by Rampage, even an aging Rampage. Part 2, I'm going to show you a lot of these comparisons to all these, what these people are saying. These people are not, I'm going to show you too, these people are not consistent, because there's other incidents out here where people get off of attempted murder. There's street fights out here where people are just beating down people. And guess what? Nothing happened to them.